We've seen that the current linked data constitutes about 4.5 billion records. And my question is really about scalability. Do you anticipate that the traditional sort of relational databases are going to be able to scale to cope with a massive linked data environment? This is just the tip of the iceberg. Or are we going to see more of the sort of schema-less scalable databases like Bigtable and SimpleDB and MDB and those kind of things? What's your view on the way this is going to scale up?
Well, okay, my take on this is that when you look at the web, you find that it's got this interesting scale-free property. So it means that you've got, basically, if you can think of a sort of shape of information out there, it's out there. So I expect the data out there to be of very, very many different shapes. So there's some data is naturally very square. It's tabular. Weather data from balloons, they all send back the same set of sort of 5 readings every while. Masses of that data, and then people summarize it. Other data, maybe if you take stuff from a physics experiment, there's a block of data, but hanging on the side of it is the fact that actually this piece was taken from this, while this valve was in this position, and this valve actually connected to these 2 pieces of wire, and this piece of pipe, and this piece of pipe was put in by this person who was on vacation. The connection, when you start going through all the connections that you actually have about all the data, which then you find some parts of it will be very blocky and best handled by relational databases. Others will be best handled by column stores. Others will be handled by triple stores. Some of those triple stores will be indexed only on the predicate, and some of them will be indexed on the subject and the object, so that you've got. So I think that there's going to be a need for all kinds of different systems for doing sort of the local applications.
It's a very interesting topic, actually, scalability and overload. Now that the web is here, we all think that we're going to be overloaded with data. And actually, my colleague Nicola Nova found a note from 1614 of somebody saying, now that we are printing books, we're going to be overloaded and it's going to be the end of the world. So it's kind of a relative notion, and we always end up finding a way to cope with the increasing amount of data.
But
we have a question. Sorry.
If you're from a community which actually has thought about the problems of scale of large, huge quantities of data, then if you find anybody who's thought about that, then let us know. They should join the semantic web community and start to. I bet some database engineers and people pipe this.
You're welcome to join if you want help. We have a question in the back of the room.
Hi, my name is Tracy Logan. I'm from the BBC Digital Planet programme.